Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Amy Halterman celebrates son Glenn's first day of preschool. For her little son Glenn, Amy Halterman really shared a monumental family moment with the entire world. The 1000lb Sisters star opted for a simple but highly heartfelt caption that triggered nostalgic reminiscences and well wishes from fans. She's come through a lot with her TLC series journey. Announcing a landmark step taken by her youngest, she took social media by storm. One of the most simple captions: "The first day of preschool for Glenn," met by an instant and thunderous show of support from the online community. This is a new chapter for both mom and son, emphasizing how fast kids grow. There's an immediate rush of excitement triggered from the base inside the comments of Glenn's appearances. One person stated, "He really looks like you, OMG, time is flying by so fast." This sparked a hilarious grammar debate that took the opposite direction. Then one more reply came in. "Flying by honey, not by a lol." Third responded, "Why you're correcting people on social media? Weird." The conversation took off from there until the last commentator pretty much best summarized the whole discourse. Who in TF has time for misspellings and mispronunciations on social media? A fucking loser with too much time on her hands. Classic internet. An earnest sentiment gets hijacked by a hostile grammar snob, only for another player to step in and lay out the absurdity of that behavior. The mood remained jubilant after the battle of grammar. "Already? OMG, he's growing up so much," was shocked to share, almost a retrieval of experience for anyone following Amy on the ride of the motherhood television. Another follower poured out, "Time flies, I remember when he was born. Have fun, Glenn." No end to the well wishes clogged the comments with "so exciting," "he's a cutie," and "OMG has so cute, sending good energy to you and good luck. Go get him, Glenn," and wishing him a great year. "Make lots of friends and have fun." The full attention was clearly given to cheering Glenn on as he entered yet another stage in his journey. Now, anyone that read through all of the comments already knows that there was an unsolicited bit of advice treat for the audience. Be careful with his diet. Unsurprisingly, it was met with the appellation of rude and unwarranted. One that stood for the comments even resisted. "I'm sure she is so lucky that you were the one who pointed that out to her, because no one else in her comments have said anything about that." A reminder that not even a post about the first day of school could suppress opinion throwing from some. The community practically dived in and put it down. Near unanimously, the general sentiments were lucky and positive toward Amy and her family. There followed incalculable instances of Glenn being Amy's spitting image and mini you, celebrated vociferously for that visible link between mother and son. This parenthood first is huge for Halterman, who has been very public about her life and family through reality TV, allowing the fans to be invested in these super private moments. A heartfelt, deeply relatable snapshot of parenting, which is kind of pride, a little nostalgia, but mostly hope for the kids' happiness once they step into the world. The morning air in Kentucky carried that early fall calm, soft light, a bit of chill, and the quiet hush that feels like the world holding its breath. Inside her home, Amy Halterman was anything but quiet. Her nerves fluttered like butterfly wings, and excitement mixed with disbelief as she prepared her youngest son, Glenn Allen, for one of the biggest milestones yet, his very first day of preschool. The woman fans watched grow from the funny, fiery sister on 1000lb. Sisters has become a mother who juggles lunches, lesson forms, and lost socks with the same candid energy she once reserved for weigh-ins and sisterly squabbles. But today wasn't about TV cameras or drama. It was about a backpack, a milestone, and a little boy with big eyes and even bigger energy. The outfit, the backpack and the mom prep panic Amy, laid Glenn's clothes out the night before. Tiny jeans, a dinosaur print tee, and sneakers he insisted made him run fast like Sonic. His backpack was small enough to fit on his back, but big enough to swallow his name tag, a snack pack, and a change of clothes just in case finger paint went wild. She double-checked everything, because if there's anything motherhood has taught her, it's that something always gets left behind. Still, the lunchbox was packed, the paperwork signed, and the morning cartoons turned low so they wouldn't distract from the objective. Get Glenn to school on time with his hair somewhat combed. Gage, his big brother, hovered around like a tiny professor, full of unsolicited advice. "Don't cry, Glenny. Preschool got snacks," he told him solemnly, as if revealing a trade secret. Glenn only nodded, gripping his toy car until his little knuckles went pale. Amy snapped photos with the earnest frenzy of a mom who knows these moments don't come twice. Glenn posed with the enthusiasm of a toddler bribed with promises of stickers and chocolate pudding later. Click, Glenn by the door. Click, Glenn with Gage. Click, Glenn, holding his backpack straps like a catalog model for tiny humans. Mixed feelings and big dreams me. Shared a few of those photos on social media before even getting to the car. Her caption was pure pride and a pinch of disbelief. "My baby is starting preschool, y'all. I'm not crying. You crying." Her followers flooded the comments instantly with heart emojis and "they grow up so fast" messages. Many fans remember when she first announced her pregnancy with Glenn and how nervous she was navigating a second C-section while managing Gage. Seeing him now, a walking, talking, snack-loving preschooler, felt like a time warp. For Amy, the moment hit differently. She's been through heartbreak, divorce, and 2 motherhood journeys on camera. She's built a life in phases, one season at a time, one goal at a time. Today marked not just Glenn's next step, but hers too. She admitted to friends the night before that she wasn't sure if she'd cry in the car after drop-off. "I'll either cry or go get McDonald's breakfast. Maybe both," she joked. The preschool parking lot. Send off the ride to school was a mix of baby babble and the soundtrack of Blippi, because Glenn insisted it helped him think brave. Amy parked, heart thumping harder than she expected. She took Glenn's hand and walked him across the parking lot, each step feeling like both a chapter closing and a new one opening. Inside the classroom, posters covered the walls in bright reds, blues, and yellows. Preschool-sized tables were lined with little chairs, and a bin of blocks already had kids gathered like bees around honey. Glenn clung to her leg at first, unsure of the sudden rush of strange faces and crayons. His teacher, a warm-eyed woman named Miss Clara, knelt to greet him. "Hi, Glenn. I heard you like dinosaurs." That was all it took. Glenn slid out from behind his mom with the slow confidence of someone tempted by the mention of prehistoric creatures. Amy crouched and kissed his cheek. "You're gonna do awesome, buddy. I'll be back after snack time, okay?" He gave a nod that was equal parts trust and toddler coolness, then wandered to the block table, his toy car tucked in his backpack pocket. And just like that, he was gone. Amy stood for an extra beat, watching him take those first independent steps into his new world. Then, with a deep breath and an emotional smile, she slipped out the door. The ride home and the quiet house. The drive back felt different. The back seat, usually filled with shouting matches over toys or pleas for juice, was still. The house, once she stepped in, didn't echo with Glenn's chatter or thumping footsteps. She took a moment, maybe 2, to sit on the couch and scroll through the photos she'd snapped less than an hour before. "Can't believe my baby is in preschool already," she murmured to herself. Half amazed, half melancholy, but she didn't sit long. She tidied up the breakfast mess, answered messages from family, and checked the time at least 6 times in 20 minutes. Gage eventually asked, "Is Glenn coming back or he live at preschool now?" Amy smirked. "He's coming back, goofball. It's just for a few hours." Pickup time in Proud Mom. Glow by. The time she pulled back up to the school, she felt like she'd aged 3 emotional years. When the classroom door opened, Glenn came marching out with a construction paper crown slightly too big for his head and finger paint on his sleeve. His grin was a mile wide. "I made a dinosaur, and I ate crackers, and I have a friend named Ben and he got yellow Play-Doh," he announced in one breath, which was about 3 words longer than most of his usual sentences. Amy scooped him into a hug that could have melted asphalt. "I'm so proud of you, Glenny." He wiggled free only to show off the crown. "This means I'm school now." In the car, he told the story again, this time louder, with hand gestures. By the time they got home, even Gage was clapping for him, a new chapter for both that night. Amy posted another update with a photo of Glenn in his crown, half asleep on the couch. "He survived his first day, and so did I. Can't wait for this new chapter for my little man." Support poured in, fellow moms, longtime fans, and even a few castmates cheering on Glenn's big moment. It wasn't just about preschool. It was about growth in every direction. Glenn growing into his world, Gage growing into his big brother role, and Amy continuing to grow as the mom she once doubted she could be.